Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We have George Russell in the interview. Let's watch the video.
The Netherlands, we're delighted to be joined not only by Anthony Davidson, but George Russell as well. Thank you very much for coming up on the stage.
Thank you.
Just reflect on P4 for us, if you will.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, to be honest. I think that's a fair result for us. But it just swung so much throughout that whole session. I went out and I had no grip. I was really struggling. Lewis was the top of a leaderboard, I think, in the middle of Q1. I thought I was about to get knocked out, and then suddenly in Q2, I was the same pace as Lando and Piastri, and I thought, we've got a shot at pole here, and then Q3 just sort of went away from me a little bit. But as I said, I think P4 was probably a fair result.
It looked like you were really struggling with the car, particularly today. You and Lewis struggling with the car when it was in when you got in rotation in the car. Is that more the crosswinds, or is it temperature from the tyres, or what was going on there?
Yeah, it's a mixture of both. I think on this circuit, you've got a lot of 180-degree corners, and when you've got such a strong wind like this, you're sort of going from a tailwind to a crosswind to a headwind, and if you start to slide the tyre in that phase of the corner, the rears overheat and you lose grip for the next one. So it was really challenging, but I suspect it was like that for the majority of drivers.
There was a lot of drivers we heard complaining about running a used tyre in particular, about how slow that was and balance in the car. We heard that from Lewis, I think was one of the drivers that we heard that from. Obviously Q1 it took you 2 new sets to go through, but then like you say, Q2 changed. Just for us, for the viewers at home to understand, what changes run to run? Is it the prep of the tyre on the outlap? Is it just the wind condition? Is it the brake temperature going into the tyres? How do you get that right for Q3?
Well, as a sort of team and driver, you're always aiming to get your tyres as cold as possible. And I sort of, it's like you're edging closer to the edge of a cliff. The closer to the cliff you get, the better the view. But if you step too far, you're going to fall off. So you want to get the best view possible.
Wow, that's some
without,
analogy. That's
falling
brilliant
off.
analogy.
And through the session, the temperature of the track was dropping by a couple of degrees each one. So Q1 to Q2, it dropped by 2 degrees. Q2 to Q3, it was another 2 degrees cooler, which means you've got to go faster on your outlap to get the tyres in the same window as they were the lap before. So you've always just got to keep an eye on the surroundings.
Bearing in mind, like you say, so beautifully described there, with the tyres, how hard it is to get them in the right window, and then you're fighting the elements as well. With these mixed conditions we've had all the way through this weekend so far, how much more stress does it put on you as drivers and the team to get the car into the right kind of window before you go and put it on the line like that?
It's very difficult because the balance of the car is totally dictated by the conditions, and just a shift in wind direction by 45 degrees of angle can totally transform the car's balance. So you just got to be so adaptable to it. Everybody's in the same boat at the end of the day. And you can't learn a huge amount, because what worked yesterday doesn't mean it's going to work at all today. So it's you just got to be on your toes.
It's been an incredible season, George. You've won the team 3 out of the last 4 races. It was obviously, it must have been a roller coaster of emotions for you when you made that incredible one-stop work in Belgium, only to be disqualified and then go on the summer break. You actually seemed, at least maybe because you had a bit of time to sort of process it all, to take that in your stride. How difficult was that, and what positives did you take from that performance into this weekend that gives you hope of getting back on the podium?
Yeah, I mean, I've always believed in myself, and it's of course been a challenging couple of years, but just having that opportunity, knowing that if you do a great job, you've got a chance at victory, is just so special. And I think, unfortunately, we're not in the fight for the championship this year. And I think if we were, it probably would have taken me a lot longer to get over it, because those 25 points were probably very valuable. And obviously, Silverstone was on pole and we broke down in the race. But for me, it was a win. I crossed the line first, stood on the podium, celebrated with my team. We worked out that difference in weight by the end of the race with the tyres worked out to be about 0.01 per lap. So, there was only probably 15 laps where we had just creeped under the weight limit. So it was really nothing but the rules are the rules. And we move on. History now.
George. All right, he said a lot of things. Some of the things I agree with, some of the things I don't. The things that I agree with is that Zandvoort is really hardcore track to drive on because you have windy weather, and when you go around the corners, you cannot predict from which side the wind will blow, and then the car doesn't want to move, doesn't want to go fast. You need to be careful. If you push it a little bit harder, you can slide, you can hit the barriers, whatever. Other ways, George Russell was doing a really good job in FP1, 2, 3, and then he was doing a really good job in both first qualifying sessions, and then in Q3 he did his best and got a P4 from that. Otherwise, he's trying his best to be ready mentally, physically, and to keep the positive spirit with him. So, as we see, he's doing a really good job in Mercedes and having a lot of good positive impact on it. Either way, they also asked him about the Spa, what happened. He said he's saying, and he's repeating it all the time, that that's a win for me because I got to get onto the podium and celebrate with the teammates, celebrate with the team, with the fans, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Yeah, but you can do all the fun things, but when it comes to results, you're disqualified, my friend. You lost 25 points. It is what it is. I hope everything will go smoothly fine for you, and I wish you the best, George. And you're a good driver. Keep up the good work. Hopefully, we'll see you win a championship one day. Thank you everyone for watching this video with us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. If you have something to add up, comment down below. We will see you in the next time.